So my name's Jessica Gioglio. I have the really tough job of leading social media for Dunkin' Donuts. It's a job with a lot of sweet perks, lots of coffee, donuts, and we actually also own Baskin-Robbins, so lots of ice cream in the office. So today I want to talk to you about how Dunkin' Donuts keeps its passionate fans running through visual storytelling. We're very much an all-day, everyday brand, and we're a part of people's lives. So you just heard from the Marriott folks that it's important to have your brand be a part of people's lives each day in a way that makes sense. Well, we are an everyday brand, so I'll show you how we kind of keep that passion running. Let's see. Not sure how to. All right. So Dunkin' Donuts is a brand that's built for visual storytelling. Something you might not know about Dunkin' Donuts is that we were actually founded in 1950 in Quincy, Massachusetts. The brand was originally a coffee and donut shop. And we had coffee counter bar. The restaurant's still there today if you want to go visit. But the interesting thing about Dunkin' is it's a very historic brand, but it's a brand that's really passed the test of time and is just as relevant today, if not more relevant than ever. The brand has really changed, evolved, and really embraced digital as well. We notice now that when you're in line at the store, people are on their mobile devices. They're taking pictures, we call them donut selfies, and they're sharing kind of these small moments of their lives to their social graphs because that's kind of what makes sense to them. And the feedback that we see when we're on Twitter or Facebook is, oh my God, it's Monday, I forgot to get coffee, like worst day ever. So that's the kind of stuff that we see from people. And we also see a lot of that as a caption to an image. So what was really inspiring to us was how we could take those images and really create, kind of make them the voice of kind of what our fans were saying. I always say that our fans are more wittier. They're witty, they're fun, they're irreverent. They really personify the brand values. So who better to kind of inspire the content than them? So our goals with social media are really just to own the everyday. We really want to personalize the story of how people run on Dunkin'. We want to say things with a wink and a smile, and really just also go local and keep the message as relevant to the fans that follow us and where they run on Dunkin'. Because if you go into a Dunkin' in Boston versus a Dunkin' in Florida, the experience is going to be a little bit different because you might have regional menu items. You might be drinking iced beverages in Florida. Well, there's a nor'easter hitting Boston. So we really try and be as locally relevant as possible to capture those trends. Weather actually plays a huge part in our business, and we actually really try to make our content as time sensitive to the weather as possible where it's happening. Another thing that might be interesting for you guys to learn about us is our mantra is that we say that we don't own our social channels, our fans do. So when you wonder why we're so fan-centric, we really believe that a simple message on Twitter or sharing a fan's photo actually makes the content really stand out that much more. I'm actually just going to go back a quick second. So this is jumping a little bit further in front of me. So you can see here when the magic is in the DD mix, starting from kind of from left to right, you see kind of the local story. Every contest and promotion we do, we keep visual. So if you're going to give away a prize pack, take a picture of that prize pack and make it camera friendly and make it beautiful so when it gets to them in the mail, they can take a picture and share that as well. We see 9 times out of 10 when someone receives something in the mail from us, they actually share it. Programs like Fan of the Week, which live on our Facebook page, and also on our digital billboard and timeshare, actually bring the pictures of our fans to the forefront, because you'll see if you go on our Facebook page or Instagram or other visual channels, our content strategy is really focused on the products, not as much as people, but by using a program like Fan of the Week, it actually allows us to put the fans' visual images in the spotlight. And you can see some more examples here of some of the local images that we do. Like if you have Rob Gronkowski standees in a store, that's going to promote a lot of user-generated sharing and a lot of funny pictures. But also small things like sampling events and where we're giving away free coffee for the day. People will drive and they drive to store for that and they will take images of their experience. All right. So this is just the Fan of the Week program that I was mentioning before. Fan of the Week was actually the most important thing that we covered when we migrated to Facebook Timeline. we really wanted to make sure that we still had that program running. And if you happen to visit Times Square when you're here in New York, look straight up at One Times Square. Our digital billboard actually does show our Fan of the Week each week. And we take a picture of that image and send it back to the fans so they can share that with their social graph as well, which is done exceptionally well. Because it's kind of cool. You're on a billboard in Times Square. So one thing I'm hoping they can turn the audio on for this next slide. So first for us, so we obviously see a lot of great fan sharing and dialogue. What better way to put your fans in the spotlight than to use social media to cast your next TV commercial? So we just introduced a new TV commercial called #MyDunkin, where we actually took tweets and Facebook posts, because a lot of this content we're receiving is very story-like, and we created a commercial around it. So it's the real tweet, and it's a real story from a real fan, and we didn't solicit this, we didn't position it as a contest or a sweepstakes. Imagine having Dunkin' Donuts DM you and say, hey, we want to talk to you about a project that we're working on, and then it turns out to be a TV commercial. All right, so basically just the premise of the spot is that Nikki was going through her cake. She had a box of K-Cups in her house, and she was going through her K-Cup stash, and she found the last remaining pumpkin K-Cup pack in her stash and tweeted, just found the last pumpkin K-Cup pack in my stash, best day ever, and then we added to the visual in the spot #MyDunkin. So we're really giving fans an opportunity to tell their stories in a unique way through TV spots. So it's been a great campaign for us. It just launched last month, and that really shows, when we think about visual storytelling, sure, it's being a relevant all-day, everyday part of people's lives, but it's also sprinkling in special promotions and initiatives that really take the brand a step further. Because the all-day is what keeps our business running, but I think by showing fans that you care enough about them to put them in a TV spot, that's an extra level of showcasing what the customers mean to the business. So another thing I wanted to share with you, so I talked a little bit about promotions. We love doing visual promotions, so I'm going to talk to you about two of them. One of them is #Dressed. Is our Halloween promotion. We've done this for a few years now for Halloween, and we ask our fans to decorate their coffee cups for Halloween. And it seems silly and wacky, but the entries that we get back are amazing. And it really, creates a unique way to show the brand that is great visual content that we can use throughout the year. There are wacky holidays throughout the year, like Talk Like a Pirate Day, where we can reuse some of this content and entries that we get. Another one that we're actually just finished running right now is to promote an upcoming integration we have on Top Chef next week on Wednesday night, so tune in. We actually ran a Dunkin' recipe contest, so DD Top Chef. Fans could actually submit a recipe using a Dunkin' menu item in a picture with kind of the recipe or the ingredients list in a comment or in a tweet for a chance to win. So we just had the judging session yesterday. The entries were awesome, a lot of creativity, and we're actually going to have the finalists participate in a Google Plus virtual quickfire hangout challenge that's going to be judged by our executive chef and our culinary team. And our culinary team in-house is actually going to recreate the finalists' recipes for our chef to try live during the hangout. So it's going to be really cool. It's happening next week on Wednesday. Love for you guys to tune in and let me know how you think the experience went, because it's a first for us. We've never done it, but we really like trying different things to kind of show different angles to our brand. Because something you might not know about Dunkin' Donuts is that we have a secret DD test kitchen. My badge doesn't even work for it. I have to ring like a doorbell and hope they want to let me in. So we have this amazing culinary team that come from all walks of life. They're R&D professionals, they're scientists, they have run restaurants all over the world. So it's an amazing group of people, and there's an amazing innovation story that we can tell through the work that they do. And we try and tell a lot of that kind of behind the scenes through Instagram videos or Vine content. But we thought this was an exciting way for us to celebrate an integration, but also tell the innovation story of our brand. All right. Sorry guys, I'm having a hard time getting this to click through, so just bear with me. So another thing I wanted to share with you might have seen, we have a program that we do with ESPN's Monday Night Countdown and Monday Night Football, where we introduced the first in-game billboard. So it's part of a promoted ad spot within ESPN's Monday Night Countdown, which is the pregame show to Monday Night Football. And we actually made an ad with Vine. That's a billboard ad in the broadcast as you go to commercial. So what we thought would be exciting is that was cool in itself to be, the first to do that. we wanted to add a real-time component to that. So we actually have a team from our agency, Hill Holiday, on standby. During the first half of the game, they look for a marquee play, and they recreate it live to push out during the third or fourth quarter. And they recreate the play with coffee cups, with donuts. And it's really fun. It's very irreverent. We've been doing it all season. And we've actually, through learnings for this, it's a great campaign. We've actually also started to expand the amount of content we've produced during the broadcast. So now we're doing a lot of pregame stuff where the coffee cup is jumping in between donuts to kind of warm up, and just some fun, irreverent stuff on our Vine channel. And we think there's a huge amount of potential with Vine. We love the stop motion format. We think the stuff that you can do in 6 seconds on Vine is just really cool. I like to joke that you should just maximize the milliseconds and really create this interesting kind of action-packed story, and it really shows our brand in a completely different way, compared to, say, Instagram video, where you have 15 seconds and you can really, you can film kind of longer pauses of kind of video. So I think that's a lot of fun for us, and really shows that you might not necessarily correlate Dunkin' Donuts with football, but we actually are a huge sports marketer, and by creating those Vines while the Monday Night Football kind of Twitter chatter is happening, we've created a visual way for people to experience the game. It's fun, it's irreverent, it's different, and we've been having a lot of success with it. So that is it for my presentation, but thanks so much for joining today. We have a lot of fun with what we do, and if you have any questions, please feel free to tweet me. I'm @SavvyBostonian, and I'd be happy to answer them.